Are at stage 3, paragraph page 204. Last headword was at new words. Type of lesson.
Yes.
Okay, almost at the end. Okay, so let's start with our revision. Ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. First question. Did you call anybody on your mobile phone yesterday? Did you call anybody on your mobile phone yesterday? Yes or no?
No,
I didn't call
I didn't
anybody
call anybody
on my mobile
on
phone
my
yesterday.
mobile phone yesterday.
Reggie, do you want to come to school today? Do you want to come to school today? Yes or no?
Yes,
I wanted
I
to
did.
come
I
to
wanted to
school
come
today.
to school today.
Very good. Okay, can you see any trees from where you're sitting? Can you see any trees from where you're sitting? Yes or no?
No,
I
I
can't see any
can't see
trees
any
from where
trees
I'm sitting.
from where I'm sitting.
Very good. Okay. Do you live on a farm? Do you live on a farm? No, I don't
No,
live
I
on a
don't
farm.
live on the home.
What's the plural of sheep? What's the plural of sheep? The plural
The
of sheep
plural of a
is
sheep
sheep.
is sheep.
Name some animals we can see on a farm. Name some animals we can see on a farm. On a farm,
On the
we can
farm,
see
we
pigs,
can see pigs,
cows, sheep,
cows, it,
chickens,
pig,
and horses.
chick,
Chickens
chickens,
and
and
horses.
horses.
Very good. One more. On a farm,
On the
we can
farm,
see
we can
pigs,
see pigs,
cows,
cows,
sheep,
sheep,
chickens, and
chickens,
horses.
and horses.
Very good. Is there peace between all the countries of the world at the moment? Is there peace between all the countries of the world at the moment? No, there
No,
isn't peace
there isn't
between all the
peace
countries
between all the
of the
countries
world
of
at
the
the moment.
world at the moment.
Very good. Can we measure exactly the quantity of water in the sea? Can we measure exactly the quantity of water in the sea? No, we
No,
can't
we
measure
can't
exactly
measure
the
exactly
quantity of
the
water in
quantity
the
of
sea.
water in the sea.
Very good. Is it necessary to study a lot if we want to learn a subject well? Is it necessary to study a lot if we want to learn a subject well? Yes, it's
Yes,
necessary
it's
to study a
necessary
lot
to study a
if
lot
we want to
if
learn
we want to
a subject
learn a
well.
subject well.
Very good. When you have a meal in a restaurant, do you generally pay by cash or by card? When you have a meal in a restaurant, do you generally pay by cash or by card? When I have a
When
meal
I have a
in a
meal
restaurant,
in a
I
restaurant,
generally
I
pay by.
generally pay by card.
Very good. And who takes the money from you? And who takes the money from you? The waiter
A
or
waiter
waitress
or a waitress
takes the money from
takes
me.
the money from me.
Very good. Okay, next. If I want to go from here to the station, must I go along ABC Street? If I want to go from here to the station, must I go along ABC Street? Yes. If you
Yes,
want to
if
go
you want
from
to go
here to the
from here
station,
to the
you must
station,
go along
you must
ABC
go
Street.
down ABC Street.
Which streets do you walk along when you go home? Which streets do you walk along when you go home? I walk along
I walk around
a
ABC
street.
uh, street.
One more. I walk
Uh,
along
I walk
ABC Street
along ABC
when I
Street
go home.
when I go home.
Very good. Is there a white line along the road between there to the next town? Is there a white line along the road from there to the next town? Yes,
Yes,
there's a white line
there's a white line
along the road from
along the
here
road from
to the
here
next town.
to the next town.
Very good. Which is the quickest way to the station from there? Quickest way to the station from there? The quickest way
The
to the
quickest way
station from
to the
here
station from
is to
here
go along
is to go along
ABC Street.
ABC Street.
Is this is which is the best way to remember something very well? Which is the best way to remember something very well? The best way
The
to
best
remember
way to
something
remember
very
something
well is to
well
repeat it often.
to, is
Is to repeat it
it
often.
repeatedly often.
Very good. Do you know the way from there to the town by road? Do you know the way from there to town by road? Yes or no?
Yes,
I know the way from
I know
here.
I
I
know the
know the
way
way from
I know
here
the way from
to
here
town by road.
to town by road.
Very good. What's the best way to learn a language? What's the best way to learn a language? The best way
The
to
best
learn a
way to
language
learn a
is to
language
study a lot
is to study a lot
and repeat,
again
repeat,
and
and repeat.
repeat.
Very good. Okay. How often do you come here? How often do you come here? I come here
I come here
7 times a
7 times a week.
Greg, how often do you go to the cinema? How often do you go to the cinema? I go to the
I
cinema
go to the
about
cinema
once a month.
about once a month.
Greg, how often do you text your friends? How often do you text your friends? I text my friends
Extend my friends uh,
once a day.
once a day.
Very good. Okay. Is it good for the health to eat fresh fruits and vegetables? Is it good for the health to eat fresh fruits and vegetables? Yes, it's good
Yes,
for the
it's
health
good for the
to eat
health
fresh
to
fruit
eat fresh
and
fruit and
vegetables.
vegetables.
Which is healthier to have with our lunch, chips or salad? Which is healthier to have with our lunch, chip or salad? Salad is healthier
Salad is
to have
healthier
with our
to have
lunch
with our
than
lunch
chips.
than chips.
Is it healthy to go to bed late every day? Is it healthy to go to bed late every day? No, it
No,
isn't
it
healthy
isn't
to go to bed
healthy to
late
go to bed late
every day. It's
every day.
unhealthy
It's
to go to
unhealthy
bed late
to go
every
to
day.
bed late every day.
Very good. 2 plus 2 equals 7. 2 plus 2 equals 7. Do you agree? No, I don't
No, I
agree
don't
that 2
agree
plus
that
2
2 plus
equals
2
7.
equals
I
7.
disagree.
I disagree.
Do you agree that Paris is an ugly place? Do you agree that Paris is an ugly place? No, I don't
No, I
agree
don't
that
agree
Paris
that
is an ugly
Paris is
place.
an ugly
I
place.
disagree.
I disagree.
Very good. Do you always agree with everything people say? Do you always agree with everything people say? No, I don't
No, I
always
don't
agree
always agree
with everything
with
people
everything
say.
people say.
Sometimes I agree,
Sometimes I
and
agree and
sometimes I
sometimes I
disagree.
disagree.
Which is it right to say? I agree or I'm agree. Which is it right to say? I agree or I'm agree. It's right to say
It's right to
I
say
agree.
I agree.
Very good. 14 plus 80 equals 94. 14 plus 80 equals 94. What am I doing? You're adding
You're
14
adding
and 80.
14 plus and 80.
Very good. Is it complicated to add the numbers 15 and 30 together? Is it complicated to add the numbers 15 and 30 together? No, it
No,
isn't
it
complicated
isn't
to
complicated
add the
to
numbers
add
15
numbers
and 30
15 and
together.
30
It's
together.
simple.
It's simple.
What do we sometimes add to our tea and coffee? What do we sometimes add to our tea and coffee? We sometimes add
We sometimes
milk
add
and sugar
milk and
to
sugar
our tea and
to our
coffee.
tea and coffee.
Very good. What do we add to a regular verb to form its past tense? What do we add to a regular verb to form its past tense? We add the
We add
letters
the
ed
letters
to a
ed
regular verb
to our regular verb
to form its past
to
tense.
form its past tense.
Very good. Can you jump over this table with both your feet together? Can you jump over this table with both your feet together? No, I
No,
can't jump
I can't
over that
jump
table
over that
with
table
both my feet
with both
together.
my feet together.
Can you jump up and touch the ceiling? Can you jump up and touch the ceiling? No, I
No,
can't
I
jump up
can't jump up
and touch the ceiling.
and touch the ceiling
Why not? Why not? Because the ceiling's
because the
too
ceiling's
high.
too high.
Very good. Can you jump as high as a house? Oh, can you jump as high as a house? No, I
No,
can't jump
I can't
as
jump
high as a
as
house.
high as house.
Very good. Okay. Next, what's this? What's this? It's the corner
It's
of
a
the book.
corner of the book.
Are you sitting in the corner of your room? Are you sitting in the corner of your room? Yes or no?
And no,
I'm not
I'm
sitting
not
in a
sitting
corner
in
of
the
my room.
corner of my room.
Can you sit at the corner of a round table? Can you sit at the corner of a round table? No, I can't
No,
sit
I
at
can't
the
sit
corner
at the
of a
corner
round
of
table.
my round table.
Of a round table.
Of a round table
Why not? Why not? Because a round
because
table
a round
has no
table has
corners.
not corners.
Very good. Where am I standing? Where am I? Oh, there you go. Where am I standing? Where am I standing? You're standing
You are standing
at the corner of the
at the
table.
corner of the table.
Where am I standing? Where am I standing? You're standing
You are
in the
standing
corner of
in
the
the
room.
corner of the room.
Very good. Okay, and that's the end of our revision. Let's have new work. Very good. Very
Okay.
fast. Okay, so let's start. Repeat. Ship. One more.
Sorry, I
Ship.
can't hear. Ship,
Ship. Okay. Boat.
boat,
Very good. Okay, listen. Ship and boat are nouns. Okay. For example, the Titanic was a ship, a very big ship. We can't go by ship from Paris to Milan because both cities are inland. There's no sea. A boat is smaller than a ship, so both are just small boats. Let's practice. Can we go by ship from Paris to Milan? Can we go by ship from Paris to Milan? No, we can't
No,
go
we
by ship
can't go by
from
ship
Paris to Milan.
from Paris to Milan
Why not? Why not? Because both
because
cities
both
are inland.
cities are inland.
Is a boat larger than a ship? Is a boat larger than a ship? No. A
No,
boat isn't
a boat
larger
isn't
than a
larger
ship.
than ship.
It's smaller than a ship.
It's smaller than the ship.
Very good. Okay, next repeat. Almost.
Almost.
Very good. Okay, listen. Almost is a synonym of nearly. For example, almost everybody in this country has a mobile phone. Let's practice. Are we almost at the end of the lesson? Are we almost at the end of the lesson? Yes or no?
And no,
We aren't
we
almost
aren't
at
almost
the end
in
of the
at
lesson.
the end of the lesson.
Does almost everybody in your country have a mobile phone? Does almost everybody in your country have a mobile phone? Yes, almost
Yes,
everybody
almost
in my
everybody
country
in my
has a
country
mobile
has
phone.
a mobile phone.
Very good. Next, repeat. Desk,
Desk,
office,
office,
job.
job.
Very good. Okay, listen. A desk is almost the same as a table, but we use it for working or for studying. We generally see people sitting at desks in offices and classrooms. An office is a noun. It is a room where a person goes to work. Job means work. For example, it's easier to get a good job in my country if you speak English. In some jobs, people can work from home instead of going to an office. Let's practice. Where do we generally see people sitting at desk? Where do we generally see people sitting at desk? We generally
We
see
generally
people
see
sitting at
people
desk
sitting at the
in
desk
offices
in
and
offices
classrooms.
and classrooms.
In some jobs, can people work from home instead of going to an office? In some jobs, can people work from home instead of going to an office? Yes. In
Yes,
some
in
jobs,
some
people
jobs,
can work
people
from
can work
home
from
instead
home
of
instead
going
of
to an office.
going to one office.
Very good. Is it easier to get a good job in your country if you speak English? Is it easier to get a good job in your country if you speak English? Yes, it's
Yes,
easier
it's
to get a
easier
good job
to get a good
in
job
my country
in my
if you
country
speak
if
English.
you speak English.
Very good. Next, repeat. Start.
Start,
Very good. One more. Start.
start.
Very good. Okay, listen. Start is a verb. It means to begin. For example, our lesson begins at 6 o'clock. Our lesson starts at 6 o'clock. Actually, we start at 6:30. Okay, let's practice. When does next season start? When does next season start? Next season starts
Next season
on the
start
month of
on the month of
when is it? September.
September.
Very good. Okay, next. Repeat birthday.
A birthday.
Very good. Okay, listen. Birthday is a noun. For example, my birthday is on the 25th of March. We say happy birthday to people on their birthday. Let's practice. When's your birthday? When's your birthday? My birthday's
My
on
birthday
the
is on the 23rd
of
September.
oh, it's very near. Advance happy birthday. Okay, next. What do we say to people on their birthday? What do we say to people on their birthday? We say happy
We say
birthday
happy
to people
birthday to
on their
people
birthday.
on the birthday.
Very good. Next, repeat hi,
Hi,
meet,
meet.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
How are you?
Very good. Okay, listen. When we meet a friend, we say hi and then how are you? Or how's it going? Or how are you doing? When we meet somebody for the first time, we can say hello, nice to meet you, and shake hands with them. Let's practice. What can we say when we meet a friend? What can we say when we meet a friend? When we meet a
When
friend,
we needed a
we can
friend,
say,
we
hi,
can
how are
say
you?
hi, how are you?
What can we do when we meet somebody for the first time? What can we do when we meet somebody for the first time? When we meet
When
somebody for the
we meet
first time. When
some
we meet
when we meet
somebody For the
somebody
first
for the
time,
first
we
time,
can say
we
hello,
can say hello,
nice to meet you,
nice to meet you,
and shake hands with them.
and shake a hand with them.
Very good. When you go to meet somebody, do you always arrive early? When you go to meet somebody, do you always arrive early? No. When
No,
I go to
when I
meet
go to
somebody,
meet
I
somebody,
don't
I
always
don't
arrive
always
early.
arrive early.
Sometimes I arrive
Sometimes I
early,
arrive early,
and
and
sometimes I
sometimes
arrive late.
I arrive late.
Very good. Next, repeat. Bring.
Okay.
One more. Bring.
Bring,
Take.
take.
Very good. Okay, listen. The difference between bring and take is that bring means carry here, whereas take means carry there. For example, when you come to school from your home, you bring your book with you. So you carry here your book with you. When you go home after the lesson from school, you take your book with you. So you carry there. Okay, let's write this. What's the difference between bring and take? What's the difference between bring and take? The difference between
The difference
bring and
between
take
bring and
is that
take is that
bring means
take
carry
bring
here,
means carry here,
whereas take
whereas
means
take
carry
means
there.
carried carried there.
Very good. Okay, next. Okay, so let's practice. Okay, what am I doing? What am I doing? You're taking
You
the book
are taking the book
to him.
to him.
Very good. Okay, take the book to her. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm taking the book
I'm taking the
to
book
her.
to her.
Very good. Okay, give me an example. Give me a sentence with the word bring in it. Give me a sentence with the word bring in it, please. I bring my bag
I bring
to
my
the
bag
lesson with
to the
me.
lesson with me.
Give me a sentence with the word take in it. Give me a sentence with the word take in it, please. I take my bag
I
home
take my bag
with
home
me after the
with
lesson.
me after the lesson.
Very good. Okay, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm taking your
I'm
book
taking your
into
book
the corridor.
into the corridor.
Very good. What am I doing? What am I doing? You're bringing
You
your
are
book
bringing your book
into the classroom.
into the classroom.
Very good. Do you bring a pen with you to school? Do you bring a pen with you to school? Yes, I
Yes,
bring a
I
pen with
bring
me
a pen
to
with
school.
me to school.
Do you take this book home with you after the lesson? Do you take this book home with you after the lesson? No, I
No,
don't take
I
that
don't take
book home
that
with
book
me
home with
after
me
the lesson.
after lesson
Why not? Why not? Because it isn't
because
mine.
it isn't mine.
Very good. Do you bring any food with you to school? Do you bring any food with you to school? Yes or no?
No,
I don't
I
bring any
don't
food
bring
with me
any food
to
with me
school.
to school.
Do you take a camera with you when you go on holiday? Do you take a camera with you when you go on holiday? Yes or no?
Uh, yes,
I
I take
take a camera
a
with me
camera with
when
me
I go on holiday.
when I go holiday.
Well, what do you bring with you to school? What do you bring with you to school? I bring my
I bring my books
with me to
my
school.
with me to school.
Very good. Next, repeat. Quiet.
Quite.
Okay, so don't be confused. So this one is quiet, and this one is quiet. Okay. But for today, let's
Okay.
talk about quiet. Okay, listen. Quiet is an adverb. For example, I don't go to the cinema very often. I go to the cinema quite often. Let's practice. Do you speak English quite well? Do you speak English quite well? Yes, I speak
Yes,
English
I
quite
speak
well.
English quite well.
Do you go to the cinema quite often? Do you go to the cinema quite often? Yes or no?
Yes,
I
I
go
go
to the
to
cinema
the cinema
quite
quite
often.
often.
Do you think learning English is quite easy, quite difficult, or very difficult? Do you think learning English is quite easy, quite difficult, or very difficult? I think
I
learning
think
English
learning
is
English
quite easy.
is quite easy.
Very good. Let's repeat. Pure,
Pure,
impure.
impure.
Very good. Okay, listen. Pure is an adjective. Pure means clean or not put in one place with some other things, not mixed with other things. Pure. For example, pure water or pure wine, pure apple juice, so no mixture. Impure is the opposite of pure. For example, the wine we buy in shops isn't always pure. Sometimes it's impure. Sometimes they mix water with it. Let's practice. Is pure water bad for the body? Is pure water bad for the body? No. Pure
No.
water
Pure
isn't
water
bad for the
isn't bad
body.
for the
It's
body.
good for the body.
It's good for the body.
Is the wine we buy in the shops always pure? Is the wine that we buy in the shops always pure? No. The
No.
wine we
The
buy
wine
in the
we
shops
buy in the shops
isn't always pure.
isn't always pure.
Sometimes it's pure
Sometimes it's
and
pure
sometimes
and
it's
sometimes it
impure.
is impure.
Very good. Okay, last one. Repeat. Promise.
Almost.
Very good. Okay, listen. Promise is a verb. To promise means to tell someone that you will do something. For example, I promise to give you money if you did well in your exam. I don't always do what I promise to do. Let's practice. Do you ever promise to give something to somebody and then not give it? Do you ever promise to give something to somebody and then not give it? Yes or no?
Yes,
I
I
sometimes promise
sometimes
to give
promise
something
to
to
give
somebody
something to
and then
somebody
not give it.
and then not give it.
Wait, do you always do what you promise to do? Do you always do what you promise to do? Yes or no?
No,
I
I don't
don't always do
always
what
do
I promise to do.
what I promise to do.
Very good. Okay, so now let's move on to our reading.
Okay,
Okay, our reading is at stage 2, paragraph page 125. Last headword was most people. Okay, please start at the last page, 126. Headword
okay,
glass wood.
okay.
Stage 2, 126.
Glass, wood. What the wind? What the wind? What the wind?
What's the
The
window?
what the window made of?
Mhm.
The window's made of glass.
Very good.
Is a table made of plastic? No, the table isn't made of plastic. It's made of wood, paper, stone. What is book made of? This
These
book's
books,
made of paper. What the what's the wall of the house
house,
behind Mr. and Mrs. Brown made
made
of?
up. Mhm.
This wall of the house behind Mr. and Mrs. Brown is made of stone. Enough. Do you speak English well? No, I don't speak English well, but I speak it well enough. Are you tall? Are you tall enough to touch the ceiling? No, I'm not tall enough to touch the ceiling. I'm too short. Are you short enough to stand under the table? No, I'm not short enough to stand under the table. I'm too tall. Is my pocket large enough to put this book into? No, your pocket isn't large enough to put that book into. It's too small.
Very good.
That's one. Repeat. What color this pencil? This pencil's black. What color's that one? That one's white. Which pencil's red? This pencil's red. Which one's gray? This one's gray. Which book's open? This book's open. Which one's closed? This one's closed. Badly. Can you hear well with your finger
Fingers.
in your ears? No, I can't hear well with my fingers in my ears. I hear badly. Do you see badly? Yes, I see badly. No, I don't see badly. I see well. Does this pen write badly? No, this pen doesn't write badly. It writes well. Do you speak Japanese badly? No, I don't speak Japanese badly. I speak it well. Telephone, mobile, phone, call, make a call. Is there a telephone in your family home? Yes, there's a telephone in my family home. No, there isn't a telephone in my family phone. Have you got a mobile in your pocket? Yes, I've got a mobile in my pocket. No, I haven't got a mobile in my pocket. How many phone how many phone calls do you make a day? I make about the two phone calls a day.
Very good. Okay, so